One moment of favor is greater than all the years of labor. One moment of favor is greater than all your years of labor. Proverbs 22 verse 1. I want you to read the second part. Proverbs 22 verse 1. Favor is better than silver or gold. Favor is better than silver or gold. So just imagine with me, if in my left hand I had $1 million and if in my right hand I had favor, which one would you pick? That's being wise. Because this money can perish, can go away. But favor is better than gold. Favor is better than silver. Let me show you this verse. Exodus chapter 3, verse 21 to 22. Okay, he says, and I will give this people favor in the sight of the Egyptians. And when you go, you shall not go empty, but each woman shall ask of her neighbor and any woman who lives in her house for silver and gold jewelry and for clothing. You shall put them on your sons and on your daughters, so you shall plunder the Egyptians. This is talking about the slaves, Israelite slaves. And they are leaving the next morning. They are being freed. And God says, I'll give you so much favor that when you ask the Egyptians, they will give everything that they have. You will plunder those Egyptians. God gave them favor that overnight an entire multitude of slaves became millionaires. Overnight. The favor of the Lord. Amen. Let me show you one more thing. What does the favor of the Lord do? Ephesians chapter 1 verse 7 and 8. Ephesians 1 verse 7 and 8. Just 7b, which is the second part. According to the riches of His grace, which He lavished upon us in all wisdom and insight. So how does God lavish His grace upon us? Grace, the other word is favor. Grace and favor mean the same thing. How does God lavish His favor upon us? He lavishes His favor in the form of wisdom and insight. So when you say, I got my salary, you got your salary in the currency of Indian rupees. God's favor comes in the currency of God's wisdom and insight. So you want to grow more in the favor of God, you want to grow more in the wisdom of God. See, God's favor just does not open supernaturally, it just not open doors and opportunities. You have to understand this. See, Joseph, who was in the prison, within like a moment, he is in the palace. That was God's favor. So God's favor does open supernaturally, it opens doors and opportunities. But it is a wisdom that kept him there. So the wisdom that kept him there came from favor also. It's an extension of favor. So you just don't want favor that will just bring opportunities. You want favor that will sustain you. So the favor that sustains you comes in the form of wisdom, knowledge, understanding. To grow in God's favor is to grow in the wisdom and insight of God. Amen? That's why the third is wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Humility brings favor. Favor brings wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. This is the third true riches. Proverbs 3 verse 16. Solomon says like this: long life is in her right hand, in her left hand are riches and honor. Wisdom is like a person, and she has in her left hand she has riches and honor, and in her right hand she has long life. So when the Lord told Solomon, when Solomon said, I want understanding on how to judge your people, the Lord said, I will with it give you riches and honor. You know why He said riches and honor? Because a lot of people do acquire riches, but they don't have honor. Riches, as much as it comes with honor, it also comes with shame. You don't want riches and shame. You want riches and honor. And that comes from godly wisdom. Godly wisdom. Proverbs 24 verse 3. By wisdom a house is built, and by understanding it is established. By knowledge the rooms are filled with all precious and pleasant riches. Proverbs 23 verse 23. Buy truth and do not sell it. Buy wisdom, instruction and understanding. You can buy wisdom, instruction and understanding, but you cannot buy it with money. You have to ask yourself, are you willing to pay the cost to receive the wisdom, knowledge and understanding? Are you willing to pay the cost? Because the cost is not money. The cost is your attention. The cost is humility. What is the cost? Your attention and your humility. That's the cost. Are you willing to pay that? Because if you're not willing to pay that, you will not receive this godly wisdom. It's easier to give money than to give attention. It's easier to put money in the offering box than to sit on a Sunday and give your complete attention. I'll show you something. 1 Kings chapter 3 verse 9. This is King Solomon. 1 Kings 3 verse 9. Solomon talking to God. Give your servant therefore an understanding mind to govern your people, that I may discern between good and evil. For who is able to govern this your great people? Solomon did not ask God for wisdom. Solomon asked God for understanding. And when he asked God for understanding, he asked with honor and humility. Look at this. He says, Lord, I want understanding to govern your people, not my people. I am the king, but these are not my people. These are your people. How do I have understanding to govern your people? You see how humble Solomon is? It is humility that gave him the access to God's wisdom. If you can understand that whatever you have is not yours, it belongs to God, you'll be more humble. Whatever you have is not yours, it actually belongs to God. And you've been asked to become a steward of it. Let me say, the body that you have is not yours. You'll be a better steward of it. You'll be more humble.